Hello, and welcome back to Fallout 3. I'm Chance, also known as Ross. In the last episode, we got done doing some side quests, and I believe we're gonna do the last, well, I mean, not last, the second to last side quest, but one of the side quests, basically a main quest, kinda. So basically the last side quest. Off screen, I tried to go do the Republic of Dave thing to fix the election. Didn't work, but then also off screen, I went and got the kneecapper. Basically a unique shotgun that Roland was holding. I didn't really want to do it on screen because I had a feeling that I might fail and accidentally kill Roland. So basically, I just went off screen, shot it out of his hand, picked it up, and then used a stealth boy and left. Yeah, now I have the kneecapper. So yeah, our house is getting stocked up with all these mementos.
Welcome home.
So I believe the last quest I said we were gonna do is the Oasis quest, which requires us to go up here. I'm also gonna do the unmarked quest.
Outsider, you have arrived. Please come closer. I have something of the utmost urgency to speak to you about. Do hurry. He doesn't like to be kept waiting.
Yeah, I will be.
I'm so glad you're here. It's been a while since anyone's visited us, and he's been waiting for someone like yourself to arrive. If you wouldn't mind following me, I'll bring you right to him.
Just a minute. Who are you and what is this place?
I'm sorry. In my excitement, I got ahead of myself. I'm Tree Father Birch, and I have the great fortune of being leader of his people, the Treeminders. Beyond that gate is our home, Oasis.
Who's waiting for me inside?
Why, he is, of course. If you'll just follow me to the pavilion, all will be explained.
All right, I'll follow you. Lead on.
Excellent. Please follow me. All will be explained soon.
Just gonna wait till day late. Yeah, so I'm gonna do some of the unmarked quests, maybe next session. Because
Revel, outsider, for he has chosen you.
the majority of them are like not even 5 minutes long. The longest one is probably Chasing Cheryl, which is one I didn't even know existed until the Lone Wanderer theme. One that requires you basically to travel the wasteland looking for holotapes, but you can't get one holotape before the other holotape because technically it's happening in real time or something
We
like
are
that.
very pleased to see you, outsider.
I know what it's up.
Welcome to Oasis, outsider.
Revel,
We hope
outsider,
you'll find
for
peace.
he
Welcome,
has
outsider. Chosen you.
You have no idea how overjoyed I am to see you. Normally, outsiders are forbidden inside Oasis, but he has made an exception.
Amazing, this place seems to be abundant with animal life.
The innocent creatures are drawn here by his gifts. They come from across the wasteland to live in this sanctuary. This part of the world is healing, my friend, and it's all thanks to him.
Well, you're saying him, I swear you're referring to a god.
He's no mere god, my friend. He is the one who grows. He is the one who gives. And he is the one who guides. Thanks to him, the Treeminders have a home.
I may be willing to help, but I need a straight answer on who he is.
I would have preferred that he made the introduction, but I understand your hesitation. The Great One is a god tree. A living, breathing, speaking god tree. The Treeminders are blessed to have this being watch over us.
Why do you call yourselves the Treeminders?
We care for this place and keep it safe from those who would seek to exploit it. He gives to us, so we give back to him. It's an arrangement that's worked well for almost 2 decades. We shun technology and embrace nature. That's the life of a Treeminder.
If you hate technology, why carry weapons?
Sadly, the wasteland is a hostile place, and sometimes we're forced to defend ourselves against it. If that means fighting with manufactured weapons, then so be it. Had he not asked to see you, you never would have gotten this close to the gates.
Which brings us to why we're here, I suppose.
Yes, indeed it does. Sorry, I don't speak to outsiders very often, and I tend to get lost in conversation. As you approached Oasis, he said you were coming, and I was sent out to meet you personally with a request. He wishes to meet with you. You'd be the first outsider to do so in a very long time.
I'd be honored to meet this person.
Yes, person. To meet him, you must undergo the ceremony of purification. Once that's complete, you'll be able to speak to him. Whenever you're ready, we may begin.
Wait just a minute. What does the ceremony involve?
It's simple, really. You drink the sap from the basin here in the pavilion. The sap will purify your mind and body of anything harmful that could possibly hurt him. I assure you, nothing harmful will happen to you.
Okay, let's begin this ceremony.
Very good. Take your place in front of the basin, and let's begin. As soon as the rest of the Treeminders are in place, we'll begin.
Are they not in place?
What do you need?
I have to go now.
May the sap of his...
Very well.
Please, drink the sap from the basin.
Oh, maybe I missed by skipping ahead. Oh wow, 42 hours.
Drink of the sap from the basin. Only then will he reveal himself.
Yeah. Hold on, let me just actually grab this. Here I go.
We will now recite the blessing to ward off any harm the outsider may be carrying before he proceeds to the grove.
I bid you depart, agents of destruction, through the power of his divine will.
Leave our homes and bodies immediately. Live no longer in them, but pass over into places where you can harm no one.
In the name of his frondescence, I call his wrath upon you, so that wherever you may go, you bear it with you.
And, diminishing from day to day, you may disappear, except where you serve the health and good purposes of mankind. May no trace of you be found.
All this, may he be so good as to grant us, who is to come to judge the living and the dead, and the world by his verdure.
Amen. Soon, you will pass peacefully into sleep, outsider. And when you awake, you will witness his glory firsthand.
Here we go. Oh, the water's still radiated.
Glad to see you're finally awake. I can't believe they made you do that stupid ceremony. They listen when I talk, but they don't hear. You know what I mean?
Never met a talking tree before.
Neither have I. Well, I talked to Herbert, but he never really says anything back. Do you, Herbert? He kept growing around me. Maybe for calling him Herbert all the time. His name's really Bob. I think it's funny when I call him Herbert, though.
So you're trapped in there, inside this Bob thing.
Well, I suppose you could look at it that way. See, Bob used to ride around on top of my head, sunk his roots right in there, you know. Well, eventually, he got bigger than me, and then I pretty much ended up inside.
How did a tree end up growing out of your head?
It was a long time ago. I tend to lose track. I was exploring some sort of a military base with some other people. I think it was called Mariposa. We were pretty deep inside and we found some weird vats of this nasty green goo. Right when we were about to leave, I think we were attacked. Yeah. Last thing I remember before blacking out was something knocking my friend into the stuff.
Well, yeah, so this is Harold from the first game, and the guy who got knocked into that became the master from the first game. Well, so the Treeminders said you needed my help.
Yes, I do. Or, I guess, we do. Me and Bob, that is. I had you brought in here to ask a very simple favor. Would you please kill me?
You want me to murder you?
Oh, no. It wouldn't be murder. You'd be doing me a favor. You see, I've been stuck here for over 2 decades now, rooted right into the ground. The only friends I've got are Bob and those weirdos out there who think I'm a god.
How would I be able to kill you? You're a tree.
How to put this? I've been feeling rather spread out lately. I think Bob's kinda shoved my insides around some. It's hard to tell where everything is, but it's always that way with one's insides, isn't it? Anyway, I believe Bob's carried some of my organs into his root system. I want you to go underground and destroy my heart.
If I kill you, every Treeminder will come after me.
Oh, no, don't worry about them. When you decide to go down there, I'll have a little chat with Birch and the rest of the gang. They usually don't understand a word I say, but I'll make them come around.
Why don't you just kill yourself?
Now, how exactly am I supposed to do that? I can barely move anymore. Thanks to Bob, I'm obviously not going to be doing anything for a very long time.
Look, I really don't want to kill you.
Of all the wastelanders I had to bump into, it has to be one with a conscience. Let's keep it an open invitation then. I don't want to wait until the next person visits. It could be years. Just think about it, okay?
Fine. What the hell should I call you? Herbert or Bob?
No, Herbert is the tree. Bob is his real name, but I call him Herbert, 'cause I think it's pretty funny. But I'm still in here too. What's left of me? The name's Harold.
Why am I? Oh, I hit shift. I mean, caps lock.
Look, Herbert, he's back. I told you.
You're mostly a tree, right? Can't I just burn you down?
Oh, no. Fire would be too painful for me and poor old Bob. You keep that stuff away from us. The heart would be just fine, and I won't feel a thing.
You actually seem sad. Why do you want to die?
I've been literally rooted to this spot, thanks to Bob for maybe 20 or 30 years. I can't even remember anymore. Can you imagine being stuck in one place for that long? Not being able to eat or to read or to sleep or anything? In the meantime, I have these Treeminders bothering me every day about things I don't even care about. And I can't stand it anymore.
Hey, life's a gift. Even if it lasts a long time, you'll be glad you had it.
I've tried to stay happy. Really, I have. Bloomseer Poplar thinks I'll live for hundreds of years, maybe even more. Can you imagine that? Stuck here for centuries? I can't do it. I just want to be alone. Just me and Bob until the end. When I saw you coming towards Oasis, I thought I felt that you'd understand me. I guess I was wrong.
See me coming? That's not possible.
I'm telling you, it is possible. Or maybe I'm just losing my mind from all this boredom. I swear, if I try real hard, I can see all around me, like my eyes are in every leaf on every tree. I think it's making Bob kinda jealous, 'cause he was the first tree in my life and all that.
I have a quick questions about those caves.
Yeah, I'll leave it to good old Bob to get me stuck above some caves. Now, my dang feet are cold.
How do I get into the caves?
I think the best way for you to get down there would be to get the key from the one those loonies call Cypress. There's supposed to be some old gate or something back in the other grove.
Is there anything to look out for?
Sometimes I feel stuff tickling me, but I think that's just Bob getting back at me for all the times I called him Herbert.
I like to ask something else.
Okay.
How is your calling all these things to grow around you?
It's kinda embarrassing, really. Once a year, Bob decides he's gonna go ahead and start growing these weird pods filled with tiny seeds. Well, all it takes is a good wind and the seeds just fly everywhere. I call them Herbert's seeds. He hates that.
I have to go now.
Oh, okay. I guess me and Bob will see you again soon.
Yeah, so you could, like, throw a grenade at him or something and he'll catch fire and die. But it's kind of horrific because he screams like crazy. Also, if you have like a flamer or something, it works fine too.
So you're the outsider, huh? You seem nice to me.
Any information you could give me on the caves below of Oasis will be helpful.
My parents told me never to go past the old gate. There are monsters in there.
Tell me about your god.
Oh, you mean Harold? He's really nice. Sometimes when I get really lonely, I go into the grove and talk to him. Sometimes I even curl up all cozy-like and sleep next to his roots after I have a bad dream. I tell him what I'm scared of, and he tells me what he's scared of. It makes me feel better knowing I'm not the only one.
Hey, maybe if you tell me what Harold is scared of, I won't be scared either.
Aw, I never knew an outsider could be scared of anything. Harold told me that he's scared of fire. If fire ever got on him, it would burn him and Bob until they were all gone. That's why we keep the fires far away from him.
Tell me, how'd you end up here?
I was born here, silly.
What did you have to do to become a Treeminder?
Just get born, I guess. You're funny.
Will you tell me about your god?
That's okay. I like talking about Harold's. He's really nice. He's my best friend. Sometimes I even I tell him what I'm scared.
Well, he's gotta go.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Bloomseer Poplar, soothsayer and healer of Oasis. It brings me great honor to welcome you.
Any information you can give me on the caves below the Oasis could be helpful.
Be wary of the water in the caves. I fear they still carry the sting of radiation from the bombs.
What causes this place to grow?
In what we call the harvest month, the Great One creates seeds among his branches within seed pods. At the end of this time, the pods open and the seeds are carried quite easily upon the wind. It's quite beautiful. Wherever the seeds take purchase, they grow into trees, plants, grass, or all manner of wonderful things.
Tell me about your god.
He's not my god. He's everyone's god. You, me, everyone. This place isn't meant just for the Treeminders. It's for all mankind.
What if there are other people who don't share your opinion?
You'd think they'd realize that this place won't remain a secret forever. The caravans know about it, and you happened upon it. How long before someone comes to take this place by force?
Three Dog mentioned it on the radio.
I say allow Oasis to grow, and that issue becomes moot.
I don't listen to the radio, but he has a dialogue where it's like, yo, there's a bunch of trees up north somewhere. Tell me about your god. How'd you end up here?
My father was a healer like myself. He had the most curious books I would read about trees and plants and their medicinal properties. Many years later, I heard a rumor about a place such as this. I spent a decade in search of it. I've been in this wonderful place for over 15 years now.
Wow. What do you have to do to become a Treeminder?
I was the third one to arrive here in Oasis. Tree Father Birch was a bit wary at first, but Leaf Mother Laurel convinced him to let me stay. If she hadn't been around, I doubt Birch would have ever let me stay here. After a while, they taught me their ways, and together we developed the ceremony of purification that you undertook.
I have to go now.
Farewell, outsider.
This place is wonderful, isn't it? It's very nice to meet you, outsider. I'm Branch Tender Linden.
Any information you could give me about the caves below would be very helpful.
Oasis is located near what used to be an old mining town before the bombs fell.
Oh,
When the attack started about 200 years ago, many people took shelter in the natural caves that dotted the area. The old gate that stands at the mouth of Oasis Cave is the last piece of architecture from those days.
can you tell me about your god?
Well, I'm not so sure the Great One is a god. I mean, I don't believe in that sort of thing. However, I am beginning to realize he's special. Something greater than any of the creatures in the wasteland.
How'd you end up here?
I was found dying in the wastes not far from here by a trader caravan. They knew about this place and brought me to Bloomseer Poplar. She nursed me back to health, and I've stayed ever since.
Dying? How awful. What happened to you?
I was a Brotherhood of Steel outcast. We had a deep patrol out here looking for some tech, and they got jumped by some Deathclaws. They shredded everyone else and left me bleeding to death. If it wasn't for Oasis and Bloomseer Poplar, I'd be dead right now. Honestly, I've never seen anything like this place. It's beautiful. It's a shame only a few people will ever get to see it.
Remind me again how you found Oasis.
There is-
How'd you become a Treeminder?
I sort of fell into it, I guess. I woke up here and I just stayed. After a while, I became one of them.
Have to go.
Goodbye, outsider.
I believe one of the quest rewards for this quest is his power armor. I don't think it's anything special though. It's just a unique set of outcast power armor. There you two are. I'll wait.
Hello,
Let's
outsider.
See if there's
It's very
anyone
nice
else
to see you.
I could chat with first. It's a nice place. It's definitely a breath of fresh air from, you know, the wasteland. Although, considering how they sleep on freaking hay, must be a pain for them. I think there's someone who waits at the front gate. I'll ask her and then I'll go talk to them. Hello.
Yes, what can I do for you on this beautiful day?
Tell me about your god.
He is the Great One, the Tree Father of Tree Fathers. There is no greater being in the world than he. I've dedicated my life to protecting this place from the outside world, and I will never fail in that duty.
So how'd you end up being here?
I was brought here by his will. I heard his calling, and I followed. I believe only a few are worthy enough to find this place, and I'm honored to be among them. That's why I dread the day Oasis overgrows its boundaries.
I don't see that it matters much. Oasis is off the beaten path as it is.
I suppose so, but you found it. How many others will stumble across Oasis? Will they be friendly? I'm worried, outsider. I'm truly worried.
I mean, you should be, considering the enclave that was just down the road. How'd you find
I was
it?
brought here by...
What'd you do? Become
I had
a
to
Treeminder?
accept the ideals of Tree Father Birch and cast away my dependence on technology.
I have to go.
May your spirit rest in his branches.
It's funny that technically guns are technology.
Cast aside your bits of technology and marvel at his miracles, outsider. And I'm telling you, you've got it all wrong. Why else would he have called for an outsider's assistance?
The outsider is here to deliver us from our enemies, to keep this place safely locked away from the wasteland, not to exploit us.
How can we preach about peace when all you want to do is keep his gift all to ourselves? That's not what he would want.
If we allow the spread of this miracle to continue, we're putting him in jeopardy. I can't allow that. I won't allow it.
Once again, my husband, we are at an impasse. I suggest we speak to the outsider.
Oh,
Agreed. Why else would the outsider have been allowed into the grove? Perhaps it's a test. Yes, that must be it. I know why you're here, and despite what my wife thinks, I know you'll do what's best for Oasis. After all, he chose you, and he would never want to put us in harm's way.
I'm afraid, not a god, Birch. His name is Harold.
Oh, he's testing you now, just like he tested us. He wants to see if your faith is strong by spinning these incredible stories. Who else but a god could produce all of this? Don't worry. You'll soon see things as I do.
You know, your god wants me to kill him?
Yes, I've been pondering that riddle myself for some time now, and I think I know what he's trying to tell us. The Great One's influence is growing, and soon it will break free of the confines of this secluded vale. We can't allow Oasis to call attention to itself like that. It would be the end of him.
So what can I do to help?
If the same sap that you drank to purify yourself could be applied to his heart, it should stop the spread. I can promise you no harm would come to him. That's all I ask of you, outsider. Nothing more, nothing less.
I love Birch, but sometimes I think he doesn't see the big picture. The spreading of his influence is not a curse. It's a great miracle, a benefit meant for the entire wasteland.
Why don't any of you listen to Harold?
Of course we do. He yearns to share his miracles with the whole world, to give the gift of life back to the dead wasteland. It's upsetting him to no end, but Birch can't see the pain it's causing. But now that you're here, I have a feeling the winds are about to change.
How could I possibly help?
I heard what my husband wanted you to do. What I propose is an alternative. The same person that created the sap also created this liniment. If you can reach his heart, it will assist him in making his influence increase. Instead of centuries, the wasteland will become green in mere decades. Just imagine how glorious that would be.